Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a high school student charged after bringing a gun to school faces a judge. What we're learning about the investigation tonight.
There couldn't be a public health cause more urgent.
Taking control online, the concerns from local leaders about the dangers kids are facing on social media.
And preventing abuse, officials shedding light on the connection between child abuse and animal cruelty.
And it's not your imagination. Fewer American adults are smoking cigarettes, but a new government report says plenty of people are still lighting up. We'll explain.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Keith McGilvery. We're the only station live and local through 7 p.m. as we get started here. 2 days of weapon scares at Waterbury schools. This the second day in a row a Waterbury high school was placed in lockdown over a weapon scare. Fox
61, the only news station at court today when a full-time student faced a judge after allegedly bringing a loaded gun to class at Crosby High yesterday. Fox 61's Samaya Hernandez has the latest.
The school behind me here placed in lockdown today after a student who doesn't go here gained entry inside of the school. They didn't find any weapons. Now, yesterday they did find a gun at Crosby High School. That student behind bars.
The gun was not in a safety mode when it was found.
18-year-old LaShawn Nance facing a judge at Waterbury Superior Court 24 hours after he was sitting in a first period class at Crosby High with a loaded .22 caliber pistol reportedly in his backpack.
The allegations within this report are extremely concerning, including the fact that the firearm allegedly found on the defendant was stolen from Pennsylvania.
According to court documents, Nance said, "I almost shot myself in the leg while looking through his backpack," but later said, "Oh, nothing," when students asked follow-up questions. Those students told a teacher.
He's a good student. This is his first time ever allegedly being in trouble.
That teacher told the school resource officer who placed the school in lockdown and pulled Nance out of his third period class, bringing him to the office where he denied being in possession of a weapon, according to court documents. Nance told the officer a friend asked him to hold the gun over beef with some Crosby students. Nance handcuffed in the office after police searched his backpack, finding a gun stolen from Pennsylvania in 2019. That was Thursday.
It's sad. It's upsetting.
Friday morning, police called to Kennedy High after a student from Wilby High, believed to be armed, gained entry to the school. No weapons were found. Freshman Truth Ramirez so unnerved by the incident, he went home early.
Being in the middle of gym, which is supposed to be, the fun class, I came straight from gym into the lockdown. So being for me, that was supposed to be a period where you have fun, you're just relaxing with your friends, and then all of a sudden, something like this happening where you're in a lockdown and now you have to be careful because you don't know what's going on. And to know that there was a genuine threat like this isn't a drill, to find that out, it's nerve-wracking.
And both of Nance's parents were inside of the courtroom today for his arraignment, but they declined to speak on the matter. Nance is behind bars with bail set at $250,000. In Waterbury, I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Samaya, thank you. Well, developing tonight, police just made an arrest in the Elm City's 10th homicide of the year. Police arresting 47-year-old Charles Brown of Clinton. He's accused of shooting and killing 39-year-old Juan Carlos Colon of East Hartford at an auto repair shop on Forbes Avenue. Brown was arraigned today and is being held on a $2 million bond.
A big day for students at Kennelly School in Hartford as U.S. lawmakers are trying to bring awareness to the dangers young people face online and now possibly passing legislation.
Yeah, Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst spoke with students and Senator Richard Blumenthal. She joins us now in studio with what they had to say. Emma.
Jen, Keith, Senator Blumenthal is reintroducing a proposal called the Kids Online Safety Act. It aims to empower young people and parents with the tools and safeguards they need to protect themselves online and would hold big tech companies accountable for harms to kids. Today, Blumenthal met with those local middle schoolers to talk about this legislation and issues young people encounter online.
They'll be like, "Oh, you're ugly, you're fat, you shouldn't be here, you don't belong here."
Ailani says she's experienced bullying on social media.
I got off social media for a while, then I came back, and I actually used the negativity that they had against me, and I used it to brighten, my self-esteem, it went higher.
She and some of her classmates spent the afternoon discussing social media use among young people with Senator Blumenthal.
You just feel like you don't belong in the place. You just want to leave, and you'll feel like the place is better without you.
Blumenthal is reintroducing the Kids Online Safety Act in Congress with the hope of enacting stricter settings on social media platforms, allowing children and parents to disable addictive features and opt out of algorithmic recommendations.
Now the bullying can follow you in a way that it couldn't before. We don't want to shut you out. We want to empower you to have more control.
Blumenthal says he's concerned about the access big tech companies have to users' data, especially minors.
The more eyeballs, the more dollars they make because they get advertisers. You are their product. You are the product.
Blumenthal's co-sponsoring the bill with Tennessee Republican Marsha Blackburn and says he now has a group of 20 bipartisan senators supporting this measure. For students like Ailani, this bill is a welcome move.
It was very encouraging because now we know that we're not alone on this journey that we're trying to get through. We know we have help and they're trying to make something happen.
I asked Blumenthal today how confident he is in the success of this bill. He says it almost passed last session, and now with even more support from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, he tells me he's very hopeful it will pass this time. Jen, Keith.
All right, Emma Wolfhorst, thank you for that report. And we move on now. West Hartford Public Schools and West Hartford Police warning parents and students of a dangerous social media trend known as the Orbeez Challenge. So let's talk about it, folks. They say in recent weeks, the district has received reports of students utilizing toy guns filled with gel beads. They're often referred to as Orbeez. The challenge is young people to use the toy gun to shoot the water beads at other people and at cars. The West Hartford School District is saying in a statement that the challenge can cause serious harm. Just texting with our Gabby Molina. She's speaking with students about this right now, and you can look for her report tonight on the Fox 61 News at 10 o'clock. All right, we are talking weather on a Friday and the power of Sky 61 as we see a foggy start to the day in Willington this morning, and it was a different picture as I made my way through Bushnell Park this afternoon. Went for my walk before work. The pond there, the fountain was there, and the flowers were in bloom. So it was a beautiful afternoon to be out and about. Unfortunately, I don't know that it's continuing.
I know. Look how picturesque that is. So peaceful. I mean, the good news, Rachel, is that all of this rain we're getting is good for everything to bloom, right?
We keep saying that, those April showers, right? May, we're going to all have full gardens. Woo! The grass is going to be really green. We've got plenty of rain in store, not only this weekend, but also off and on through much of next week. But a little piece of good news, I don't think tomorrow is a full-on washout. Here's a look at the system that'll be moving in as we head through the day tomorrow, and it looks like it's moving in a hurry, but notice the front edge of it isn't moving a lot. So it's actually hitting a wedge of dry air, and it's drying up as it tries to move into New England. Eventually that dry air won't be able to entirely win out, and we'll get some showers in here. And then we have another chance for some rain on Sunday, with the heaviest coming in on Sunday night. Here's a look at high temperatures today. We ended up climbing into the 50s and 60s. No problems for tonight, Friday evening. The weather should stay dry. As we head through the overnight hours, we'll see a rising chance for some showers or a sprinkle as we head towards daybreak. I think it's raining almost all day long in Fairfield County, but for central and eastern Connecticut, we might be able to hold off those showers for a little while. So a cloudy start to the day tomorrow. We'll see a rising chance for a couple scattered showers, but in between there might be breaks in the action where you can head outside without getting rained on. And we'll have another rising chance for showers for your Sunday too, with the heaviest rain being Sunday night. We're going to talk more about it, your full weekend forecast, with the feature radar so you can visualize it coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. A Bridgeport man accused of trying to kidnap a high school student and lure another teen into his car. Police saying 36-year-old Antonio DeSanto tried to lure a Central High School student into his car yesterday. The student telling police she tried to walk away, but DeSantos followed her and got out of his car and grabbed her. DeSantos also accused of trying to lure another student into his car Wednesday morning. He is now being held, folks, on a $150,000 bond.
A man in critical condition tonight after police say he was shot. They say around 9:30 last night, the man went to the Mount Sinai Rehabilitation Hospital on Blue Hills Avenue in Hartford. He was later then taken to St. Francis Hospital. Police are still working to determine where the shooting happened. Anyone with information should call police. Well, Hartford police also investigating after a man was shot last night on Zion Street. It happened near Pope Park around 5:30 p.m. Police say the man was treated at the hospital and is expected to be okay. If you know anything about that shooting, call Hartford police as well.
To New Haven now, where city officials and police say they're working on an approach to combat the high level of violence in that city. This all coming after a man was killed in a shooting yesterday. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin in the Elm City with a message from officials here.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elicker says they're working on putting plans in place to try to combat those upticks in violence across the city. This all coming after a 39-year-old man was shot and killed yesterday morning. That man has been identified as Juan Carlos Collin from East Hartford. Police say this is the city's 10th homicide just this year. The shooting happened at an auto repair and sales shop on Forbes Avenue around 11 o'clock yesterday. Officers tell us they believe the shooting happened due to a disturbance between two people who did know each other. New Haven police say they have a person of interest that they are questioning. This is the latest homicide in a string of violence across New Haven. Mayor Justin Elicker says measures need to be taken to get ahead of this, such as investing money into underserved areas and using new technologies such as more cameras and ballistic test machines. And there's not been any word of an arrest officially made in this case, but Mayor Justin Elicker says that something needs to be done to try to stop this violence, and it needs to be done quickly. In New Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A Manchester man pleading guilty in a federal court to charges related to making and selling ghost guns. We're talking about 36-year-old Andrew Francois allegedly making the guns inside a shipping container in Suffield. Police say he then sold the guns. He has a history of felony convictions, including firearm charges, drug and burglary charges as well. He's set to be sentenced in September.